Okay, today is a very, very special day that I've been waiting for a long time now. I'm getting my dining table today. Oh my god, look how sparkly I am from the disco ball. Oh, that's so fun. My dining table is coming today. I have never had a real dining table, and I ordered this one over a month ago. I want to say a month and a half ago, and it took a little while to get here. I think it shipped from Washington State, so it came all the way across the country. And today it's finally arriving. It should actually be coming in the next hour or so. I feel like this is such a milestone in my life. I always ate on the couch, in my bed, standing at the countertop. I did that a lot in my studio apartment. I have my strawberry table, but I feel like that doesn't really count because it's super, super wobbly and you like can't really eat on it because everything moves when you try to cut something. Anyway, I digress. It's going to be going right here, underneath where these paintings are. And I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this space. These paintings are probably gonna come down. Maybe I'll paint this wall. I ended up buying some new stuff for the table. I've never bought placemats before. My first placemats, I got these on Amazon. They're cute. They have like little flowers on them and they're pretty affordable. And then I got these coasters on Anthropology. They might not be the most functional because they are so chunky and they have like the little thing here. So maybe not the most functional, but they're so cute. And I feel like together, look, obsessed. I am so excited to decorate the table and do like some fun tablescapes and holiday things and have friends over. I feel like I'm in the hosting era of my life. The table is coming with a bench and that's it for now. I was gonna get chairs also, but the chairs were so expensive. 2 chairs together were almost the same price as the table and I just couldn't justify it, and I feel like I could thrift some really cool chairs. I love the idea of doing 2 mismatched chairs with the solid oak table. I feel like that'll be really cool. Okay, the movers just dropped it off. Here's what she looks like. It's like a million degrees outside today, and the delivery process, you could tell the guys were really struggling with the heat, so I felt really wrong filming any of the delivery, but they did a great job. From Sunday's Furniture, and I just love how it's very clean, very, I don't know, minimalist, but it has the chunky legs. Like, look at these legs. They're so great. And then the bench, I just wanted a solid base that I could build off of. Can't wait to decorate the wall behind it and just like freshen up this corner. Okay, so today I'm in a room that you guys haven't really seen a lot of. This is the office. It's a pretty small space. Previous tenants also used it as a kid's bedroom or a baby room or also an office. It's pretty much like probably, I don't know, 7 feet across and 14 feet wide, so it's pretty small. And I haven't really done anything with this space. I had my desk in here, but I never really used it. I put this wallpaper up, but the walls are textured and wallpaper just won't agree with the walls in here. So it's peeling off, it just like doesn't look good. I also did this little fire escape in here, which I also have just kind of been neglecting. And I'm in the mood for change. It's the season for change. So I'm going to take it all down, paint, and do something really fun in here. I wish that I could share the exact plan, but I'm still kind of ironing out all the details. So we will see what happens as time goes on. But I would love to start with painting the trim and seeing what happens. I'm gonna take down this shelf that I put up pretty much a year ago, July 2024. It's a cute little fire escape. The video ended up getting 25 million views on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. I think it did pretty well on YouTube too. But this was one of my best videos that I ever posted. It was the process of painting it, putting the shelves up, and that's pretty much it. It was a very aesthetic short video that went with music. It was super random. I never imagined that it would do as well as it did. It went crazy, and then nothing really came from it afterwards. I tried to decorate it a little for holidays and the videos just ended up bombing. They really didn't do well. And then it's just kind of sat here ever since, untouched, and just collecting random things on it. I'm gonna save the shelf and maybe I'll move it to a different part of my apartment, but for now, it's gonna go away and we're gonna paint over it and do something else here. This shelf was such a pain to put up. It pretty much took me the whole day. I had to take it down, put it back up again, like move it around. It just like it was not fun. One final look at this boring white box. Fingers crossed the vision that I have comes to life. If not, we'll just paint it again. I don't know, it's really not a big deal actually. For everyone who's like, oh, you're ruining your apartment, you're not gonna get your deposit back, blah, blah, blah. The landlord special is alive and well in this space. I mean, look at this. I don't even know how to get this much paint off this. So here, whoever lived here before did a really bad job patching this up, / didn't even try and didn't even paint over it. That's just kind of how it is in the building that I live in. Okay, so this is the moment of truth. The color I got is Wild Heart Pink. I actually didn't get a sample before because I just feel like this is the right thing to do. I've gotten so many other samples and they weren't quite right. And I really wanted like a nice deep pink without being too pink. I don't know. I don't know what I wanted. I didn't know what I wanted, and I think that this is gonna be the right one. So let's see. Oh, this is nice. Okay. It's like this kind of pink. I think it needs to be mixed a little bit more. It's not quite mixed all the way, but it's a nice pink. Okay, one door is done. Originally my plan was to do the doors and the border frame trim, whatever you call it, the same color. But I kind of want to see what the doors look like pink first and then maybe do the trim a slightly darker shade of pink. Or maybe I'll do it all one color, TBD, but I really like it because the pink is actually drying a lot darker than it was when I put it on. So it's drying like a really chalky, I don't know what you call it. I don't know why I want to say carnation, but it's not carnation pink. It's like a deep pink. Now I think I'm just going to jump on to the other door, do those both, see how they look, and then I think I'm going to run out of paint. So I'm going to have to get more anyway, but I'll decide whether or not I want to do like a slightly darker shade or just do it all the same pink. Change of plans. I'm actually painting it all pink. The trim and the doors are all gonna be the same color. Maybe I'll put a design on it afterwards, but I just really, really like this pink. And I think I'm gonna do stripes on the wall, and then I think I'm gonna do a different color on the second half of the ceiling up there, so I don't want like it to be too crazy, you know? Like I want it to be crazy, but not like that crazy. So here's where we're leaving off. The closets are pretty much all done. I'm attempting to get the paint off of the doorknobs here because there were so many layers. So I got a citrus paint stripper and right now it's just sitting and kind of getting all gooey. I'm gonna try to take it off and make it pretty. We'll see how it turns out. But I really love this pink color. So gorgeous. And then I went along and did the trim. Still gotta finish the windows. And this door frame, gotta finish that too, but this is the progress so far. Look at this wall. That's so bad. We will see. It's been so hot outside that I'm letting my hair air dry. I'd never do that. I pretty much always make sure that my hair is done before I leave the house, but this morning, no way. Couldn't do it. So I'm letting my hair air dry. I'm in the West Village. And I'm going to a breakfast spot that I've been wanting to go to for a long time. It's called Breakfast by Salt's Cure, and they're famous for their griddle pancakes. It's supposed to be delicious. And the line is usually really long on the weekends. And I will say, one of the best parts about my job is that I can go to these places that usually have long lines on the weekend during the week and avoid the crowd and actually be able to see if it's worth the hype or not. I've been traveling quite a bit lately. I went to Mexico City, I went to Block Island. I've been out and about more often than I usually am. Like usually I'm in the city quite a bit. And I feel like you don't fully appreciate parts of the city until you leave and then you come back. And I just have to say, I love being able to vlog and talk to my little camera and have no one look at me or pay attention. Like no one cares. Here, you can do whatever you want. There's a lot weirder people doing weirder things. So like me with my little camera is no big deal. But if you go somewhere else, like especially a small town or a small city, people are watching you and they're like, you're weird, what are you doing? But here, I can just do whatever I want. It's great. Actually super good, and I got there at the right time because there was no wait. I got a table immediately as soon as I walked in, but when I was leaving there was at least 8 people in line. So I guess the secret is go early if you can, go on a weekday. But the girls next to me were saying that as long as you get there before 9 a.m. I don't know what time they open, but if you get there before 9 a.m. on the weekend, you're more likely to get a table and like not have to wait in line. But after that, the line is super long. It was very good. Not sure if I'll go back though, just because it was so expensive for what it was. It was $18 for the plate that I got. Total was like $25, and then I tipped obviously like 20%. I feel like $25 for the plate of pancakes and the coffee is pretty pricey. They are paying like prime West Village real estate because they're on 7th Avenue, like right in the middle of the West Village. So I mean, I understand why the prices are as high as they are, but for me, I feel like that's like a one and done kind of experience. If you're visiting New York, I would say it was really good. I'm not sure if it's worth waiting in line for like 2 hours, but if you can get there and there's no wait, I would say it's worth it. You guys, so it's the next day, and the update is Breakfast by Salt Cure was shut down by the health department today, and I was literally there yesterday. I don't know why they were shut down. I'm just getting the information, but never happened to me before. So it seemed fine when I was there, but you don't know what goes on in the kitchen. So that's got me a little nervous. Kind of put a damper on the experience, not gonna lie. I just saw on Reddit, so yeah. So I'm having some friends over for dinner tonight. It's the first real dinner party with the new table. So exciting. It's very casual, but I just love any excuse to make a fun dessert. So I'm gonna be making a cherry pie, a poppy seed crust cherry pie to be exact. The recipe I'm following is by Haley Catalano. I just got her cookbook yesterday. I was on the hunt for it for so long, and then finally I found it at a bookshop by my apartment. If you guys don't follow her on Instagram or TikTok, she's like my comfort creator. I love watching her videos. She's a food recipe influencer, and like everything she does seems so calming and soothing and easy, and the recipes aren't easy, but I feel like I could do them, and I really appreciate that. So I picked up her cookbook, but the recipe I'm doing is actually not in her cookbook. It's on her website, and she posted a little Instagram carousel of her making it the other day, and it just looked so aesthetic and so delicious. And I love pie, I love cherries, and I have a pie dish that I was actually gonna get rid of a few months ago when I was doing a clean out of my kitchen, but I saved it because I love making pies. I just haven't done it in a while. So I figure let's use the pie crust dish and make a little pie. Last night I made the crust. It's been in the fridge all night. It's a poppy seed crust, very easy to make. Flour, sugar, poppy seeds, butter, salt, and I think that was it. That was all that went into this. It was super easy. And it's actually a crumble top pie. It's not like a lattice top. So I'm gonna make the crumble now. I have to let it sit for a little while, and then I'll make the pie filling, and I'm gonna make it this morning so that it can sit and rest all day, and it'll be good to go when everyone comes over tonight. I had to go to like 3 different grocery stores to find almond flour. I don't know why it was so hard to find. They had every other kind of flour: coconut, oat, quinoa, you know, I live in Brooklyn, so we have all these options, but almond flour, I had to go to 3 different stores, and finally I found it. Do like this. I'm just so happy that my table is here, so I have an excuse to do things like this. I could have done it before, but it just wasn't the same. Like, you can't really host dinner parties if you don't have a table, and I spent so much money on this table, I have to like take full advantage of it. 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. I'm just like kind of eyeballing it. I forgot to soften the butter, so I just had to throw it in the microwave for a few seconds. It's not that serious. Let's see if this is good. That's good. There's also just something about making a pie that feels very therapeutic. I think, you know, baking and cooking in general feels very therapeutic, but when you bake a pie, you have to like knead the crust. You have to use your hands. Like, it's a lot of hands-on activity as opposed to just mixing. I don't know if that makes sense, but I feel like there's so many different steps to making a pie. There's the filling, there's the crust, there's the top, there's the actual like construction of the pie. I guess it's the same as a cake, but for some reason to me, a pie feels very made with love. It smells so good. Look, there's a little crumble. It says to put it in the fridge and let it harden for at least an hour. So I'm just gonna pop it into the fridge while I make the filling. While we're in the kitchen, look at these new pot holders that I got the other day. Aren't they so cute? They're from Anthropologie. I had my old ones for quite a while and they were just starting to look like a little dingy, and I like to display my pot holders as decor in my kitchen. I thought these were so cute. The brand is Furbished, and I just love the mixed print, the stripe with the flower with the cute little scallop, and then the matching pot holder. I'm just really in the mood to like upgrade and change things. Out with the old and in with the new. Okay, the pie is all done. It's just sitting out and resting now. It doesn't look that aesthetic, honestly, but the crumble actually looks really good. All the good stuff is inside, but it has to sit and rest for a few hours, and then we're gonna enjoy it tonight. You know, with that, I think I'm gonna end this vlog here. It was a fun one. I had such a good time baking and making my pie. I wanna do more of that. Baking and cooking and just making use of this dining table that I bought. I'm in my hosting era. See you next time for the rest of my office transformation. It's probably gonna take a couple videos, but we'll get there. I gotta undo all of the landlord specials and all of the crazy things that are happening in there and make it really pretty. I also have a few thrifted pieces of furniture that I've collected over the last couple weeks that I wanna upcycle, so lots to do, lots to transform, lots of things to make beautiful. Until then, I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you next time. Bye.